While everyone else is planning parties, you're just trying to get through your to-do list. It's your birthday, and you feel nothing. No excitement. No special feeling. No urge to celebrate. Just another day. And here's the strange part. You're not even upset about it. You're not angry. You're not disappointed. You've just accepted it. Like it was always going to be this way. So what changed? When did something that once felt important become something you barely notice? Psychologists call this something interesting. Not indifference, not coldness, but emotional self-protection. Because the human brain has a very simple rule. If something hurts often enough, it quietly stops expecting it. Not all at once. Not dramatically, just slowly. At first, you don't even realize it's happening. You still hope. You still check your phone. You still imagine that maybe this year will feel different. But then, it doesn't. Again. And again. And again. So your brain adapts. It lowers the expectation, then lowers it again, until one day, there's nothing left to expect. And that feels like peace. But it's not. It's protection. In psychology, there's a concept called the hedonic treadmill. It means external things, celebrations, attention, milestones. They give you a temporary high and then fade. So naturally, some people step off that treadmill. They stop chasing moments to feel something. They stop waiting for a specific day to feel valued. And from the outside, that can look like strength. But here's where it gets complicated. Because there are two very different reasons why someone stops caring about their birthday. The first, they genuinely don't need it. They've built a sense of self that doesn't rely on a date or attention or validation. They feel whole on a random Tuesday. No performance, no expectations, just enough. But the second, they say they don't care. Because caring stopped feeling safe. Because wanting something started to feel risky. Because hoping started to feel like setting themselves up to be let down. And those two people, they look exactly the same from the outside. But inside, they're completely different. Think back for a second. You're younger. It's your birthday. You've been thinking about it for days, maybe weeks. You imagined how it would go, who would show up, what they would say, how it would feel. And then the day comes, and something is off. Maybe the people you expected didn't show up. Maybe someone forgot. Maybe everything happened, but it didn't feel the way you thought it would. It felt smaller, quieter, less real. And you didn't make a scene. You didn't complain. You didn't even explain it to anyone. You just adjusted. And the next year, you expected a little less. And the year after that, even less. Until eventually, you stopped expecting anything at all. Not just on your birthday, but in general. And over time, that became part of who you are. You became the person who says, it's just another day. I don't really care about birthdays. I don't need all that. And maybe you believe it. Maybe you've said it enough times that it feels true. But deep down, there's still a part of you that notices. Because if it truly didn't matter, you wouldn't check your phone just a little more that day. You wouldn't notice who texted and who didn't. You wouldn't feel that tiny shift in your mood when a certain name doesn't show up on your screen. You wouldn't pause, even for a second. But you do. Even if you pretend you don't. And that's the uncomfortable truth. There's a difference between not needing something and convincing yourself you don't. Because somewhere along the way, you didn't just lower your expectations for your birthday. You lowered them for yourself. You stopped asking for things, stopped celebrating your own moments, stopped seeing yourself as someone worth making a big deal about. You became low maintenance, easygoing, independent, but also a little disconnected. You started calling silence peace. You started calling distance strength. You started calling detachment maturity. And sometimes it is. But sometimes it's just a wound that healed in a way that made you need less instead of feel more. Because humans aren't built to feel nothing. We're built to feel meaning. We attach emotions to moments. We look for significance in time. And birthdays are one of the few days that naturally carry that meaning. So when you remove all emotion from it, That's not neutral. That's intentional. And maybe it's also control, because when you don't expect anything, you control the outcome. No disappointment, no awkwardness, no unmet expectations, just flat, predictable, safe. But there's a trade-off. When you remove expectation, you also remove possibility. The possibility of something real, something meaningful, something that might actually feel good. So now the question isn't just, why don't you celebrate your birthday? It's deeper than that. It's this. When did you stop allowing yourself to feel like you matter, without earning it? So be honest. Did you outgrow birthdays, or did you just stop liking the person who's having them? Either way, there's nothing wrong with you, but there is something worth understanding. Because you don't have to earn a special day. You already arrived. You already made it here. And that means something, even if no one else says it. Happy birthday, even if you didn't want to hear it.